Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us here at the New York University School of Continuing and Professional Studies Virtual Graduate School Fair. My name is Allison Finezzi, and I am an admissions officer here at NYU SCPS. Later, will be joining us Tamia Brevard, Assistant Director of Admissions and Financial Aid. We're here today to introduce you to NYU SCPS, as well as provide you with information regarding admissions and financial aid. Tamia and I will be available until 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to answer any questions that you might have following our presentation. Please send us any questions that you have and we will answer them via our video stream. I will begin our session by showing you a brief video about NYU SCPS, and then we will discuss the admissions process and application components.
Our graduate programs are very unique, they're very diverse, and what makes them different is that they're very professionally oriented.
We always consider ourselves the classroom where theory meets practice.
To be successful, to be an executive, you need to go beyond your area of expertise. You need to understand how the business works. So that's what NYU offered me.
If you're just starting out, it's an opportunity for you to really grow as a person and to really broaden your base before you even get started.
This is really for students that have a goal, that have a mission, that want to get a strong credential, that want to pick up skills.
We're at the hub of all the trends, we're at the hub of all the discussions, we're at the hub of people trying new things within industry.
This program teaches you things that would take a veteran to learn in the span of 20 years in a 2-year degree.
We are always looking for what's new. Where is their need? We look at job statistics, we look at where jobs are being created, and our programs reflect where that need is.
We believe in a philosophy of real world, real workplace, which means that every assignment you do in our program is a simulation of what you might do in the workplace.
Most professors do give you information and projects that they're working on at their jobs.
It's teaching them how to think, and it's teaching them how to solve problems and be really creative thinkers when they go out into industry. So we bring all that into the classroom with real-world industry projects.
The classes that I was attending allowed me to bring a lot of those lessons back to my job every day. That told me how much I was getting out of the program.
The faculty is not dealing in theory. They are seasoned veterans of an industry.
We're dealing with people who are experts on the subject on a daily basis in class. They are the CEOs, they're the COOs, they're the CFOs of companies that have done incredible things, and they're coming to you with this knowledge and passing it along to you.
I've had the opportunity to work with professors who've become my mentors and have become advisors in helping me really shape my career.
It is extremely exciting to teach these courses because the students are so eager to learn. They bring so much to the classroom that at the end of the day you feel that you're learning from them as well.
It never felt like a teacher and student. It was always, as in the future we would be colleagues in the industry together.
They definitely take the time to sit down with you and really listen to you and see what your needs are and what your wants are to get you to where you want to be.
I joined the certificate program as a full-time employee. What was tremendous for me was the support that I had of our professors to understand that I was working full-time and there needed to be some flexibility, and they were very supportive.
The biggest concern that students have when trying to decide if they want to continue their education is the cost. There are several types of aid available to graduate level students. There's the federal aid that's available to students who are eligible based on the FAFSA. There are also private loan options available for graduate students as well as scholarships. We are here to help you navigate through those processes to help you pay for your education.
One of the benefits of being in New York City is that we attract people from all over the world.
I met students from 40 different countries. Having that diversity gave more of a global perspective, which was very meaningful.
We're sending our students to other parts of the world, giving them the opportunity to have a hands-on local experience.
The study abroad opportunities are pretty incredible. Last spring, I was able to go to Cannes and Milan through one of my classes.
This isn't something you're going to get on the job unless you are lucky enough to have a client who is from that market. So being able to take a course like this, not only go to London and learn more about it from our professor, but go to different industry offices, that is only experience you're going to be able to get through these courses.
There are events on campus almost every evening, bringing in experts from the field. They bring in alumni to discuss how they got to where they got after their graduation.
There are a lot of internship opportunities that are primarily from alumni, but also through our professors' connections.
There's a great sense of community among students who work.
Many of my best friends today are people that I met, at this program. We continue to bounce ideas off of each other to talk about the industry.
We want students, we want alumni to understand that they'll be reaping the benefits of the network that they've joined years after they've gotten their degree.
It's going to be these people who you go to school with that are going to be people you work with in the field.
I was able to see how people were interacting in class and actually gain interns from my company that we later used full-time.
We know, and our students know, that this is a challenging job market. But our goal at the Wasserman Center is to empower our students so that they know how to tap into the hidden job market. We want to empower our students to succeed by enhancing their resume writing skills, their interviewing skills, and their networking skills so that they can reach out to industry professionals that will help them achieve their career goals.
We're in close proximity to a lot of the industry professionals, so it's very easy for them to come and speak to us in class or to come to some of our social events and network with us. It's a huge benefit for the students.
Employers come to recruit almost every day from career fairs, niche industry expos, career development programs. It's understanding how to take advantage of all these networking opportunities and how to take that business card and turn it into a relationship.
Whether you are a student who's trying to launch your career, a career changer, or a career veteran, it's the combination of the academic excellence, the practical skills, and the career development that allows our students to become industry leaders within their fields.
It really is a program that helps you bridge that gap between the classroom and the real world.
This program in particular really helped focus its students and focus me on how to be a successful business person.
It's the people you meet, it's the networking you have, it's what you're learning in your class day to day that's really then driving you to have that extra level up. And that's one of the best things I could have ever done for my career.
Okay, everyone, we hope that you enjoyed our video. I'm going to begin by explaining the relationship between New York University and the School of Continuing and Professional Studies. As you can see on your first slide, New York University is composed of 16 different schools. The School of Continuing and Professional Studies is just one of them. Classes at NYU SCPS are small. Most of them have fewer than 25 students. Classes are taught by full-time faculty and practitioner adjuncts. Practitioner adjuncts tend to have real-world experience, but all faculty have the highest academic credentials in their fields. NYU SCPS has approximately 3,000 students from every educational and professional background. Our innovative curriculum is taught in a style that supports our academic achievement. NYU SCPS offers classes at 3 different locations: Washington Square and Union Square, the Woolworth Building, and the NYU Midtown Center. Classes meet once a week in the evening, with some offered during the day. We also offer 2, 3, and 7-week intensives, a variety of online courses, and weekend courses. 4 master's programs and 8 graduate certificates can be completed entirely online, and students can take classes in the fall, spring, or summer semesters during the winter session. So as you can see, there's a lot of variety within our course schedules in an effort to accommodate as many types of students as possible. Career development at NYU is sponsored mainly by the NYU Wasserman Center for Career Development. The NYU Wasserman Center for Career Development offers services such as personal counseling, workshops for resume building, networking events, such as networking with alumni or recruiters. In addition, there's a branch of the Wasserman Center located right here in the SCPS building. The Wasserman Center at SCPS can help connect students with potential employers. They also host workshops and career fairs, and they have on-campus and virtual recruitment programs. As a student at NYU SCPS, you benefit from all of the amenities that other NYU students have as well. You have access to 2 athletic facilities, including the Cole Sports and Recreation Center, the Palladium on 14th Street. NYU also offers a number of recreational activities, such as intramural sports, collegiate sports, and health and wellness programs. In addition, NYU has a variety of student clubs and organizations that you can participate in. A few examples of this are listed on the screen. There's a wide variety of student resources that NYU has to offer to its students. Some examples are seen on the screen, such as free tutoring and counseling, academic advising, faculty mentors, the library and study centers, an international student support center, and a student health center. Now we're going to talk more specifically about the graduate school division right here at SCPS. NYU SCPS is the 4th largest graduate school of NYU, and we have more than 2,000 graduate students. We offer 16 different master's degree programs and 15 graduate certificates. Something that you'll notice is that our innovative curricula reflect the most recent trends, research, and business strategies in each of the fields represented by our degree programs. On the screen in front of you, you can see the different master's degrees that are offered by NYU SCPS. They range from hospitality studies to management and systems, from real estate to translation, so there's something for everyone. Now you can see the different graduate certificates that are offered as well. Now we're going to talk a little bit more in depth about the application process and the materials that are required for applying to NYU SCPS. As you can see on the screen in front of you, the first step in submitting your application is the online application form. This can be found on the NYU SCPS website and submitted entirely online. In addition, you will need to pay an application fee in order to submit the application to the Office of Admission. Things that are included in the online application are a detailed resume, a personal statement, 2 letters of recommendation, and your official college transcripts. For international students, there are a couple additional requirements such as your TOEFL or IELTS score and an official evaluation of foreign credentials. As you can see in front of you, we've provided information about what the application fee is, the criteria that we're looking for when making admissions decisions, information about the cost of attendance, as well as deadlines for applying to NYU SCPS. Now I'm going to introduce Tania Brevard. She will take over and talk to you about financial aid.
Good afternoon, everyone. So this presentation is geared primarily to domestic students. So for domestic students who are interested in receiving financial aid at NYU SCPS, the first step would be to complete a free application for federal student aid, otherwise known as the FAFSA. This application will let us know what you're actually available for, or eligible for, which could be primarily federal loans, unsubsidized and graduate plus loans. Those are unsubsidized loans where the interest will accrue interest at the date of disbursement. However, they do allow you to borrow up to the cost of attendance. We also have divisional need-based scholarships, the first being the SCPS grant. That is a grant given to students based on their financial need, which is determined by the FAFSA data. The amount that you can receive in this particular grant is based on the number of credits that you enrolled. So the max that you can receive is about $4,000 for academic year if you're full-time, $3,200 if you're a quarter-time student, and $1,800 if you are a part-time student. We also have department scholarships, which are for students who are eligible based on their merit after being here for at least one semester. And these are for our high achieving students, and these types of applications are usually done through the departments themselves. We also honor the Yellow Ribbon Program for our veterans, and we also have 3 different types of NYU payment plans. This is additional financial aid resources. So there are a number of outside scholarships that students can apply for. The most popular sites include finaid.org, scholarships.com, fastweb.com, collegeboard.org, salliemae.com, and scholarshipexperts.com. Also, there are some private loan options available for domestic students if they are not interested or do not apply for the federal loans. And these types of loans are primarily based on the student's creditworthiness, as well as any creditworthiness of a cosigner if they should need one. NYU does not endorse any private entity that grants any additional funding to students, so it would be at your best discretion to read up on that particular lender and make sure that their particular conditions fit your actual goals or fits your financial situation. And I have included a link for you on the site as well. And below you can see all of our NYU payment plans, which allow you to have flexibility in your payments. The tuition pay plan allows you to make monthly payments. There is a $50 fee for using the service. We also have a deferred payment plan that allows students to break the payments up each semester into 3 payments. So the first one we do when the actual tuition term is due, and then you'll have 2 different payments at 25% later on in the semester. And for students who have employers who are willing to make the payments for them, we have the NYU SCPS deferred payment plan. Thank you.
Okay, one last piece of information for you guys. For anyone who might be applying to NYU SCPS as an international student, and just to be clear, international means that you are not a U.S. citizen and you are not a permanent resident of the United States. We do have services on campus that are constructed to help you complete all of your requirements for applying and becoming enrolled in the university. The Office of Global Services, otherwise known as OGS, provides specialized support to NYU's international student population. As you can see on the screen in front of you, their contact information is listed. If you're an international student and you have any questions regarding maybe visa status or an I-20 application, feel free to contact the Office of Global Services directly. And finally, we've provided for you the contact information for the Office of Admissions, as well as the Financial Aid Office. If you have any questions about any of the information that we've talked about here, you're welcome to stop by. You can email us or you can call us. In addition, we're going to be taking live questions right now from the audience. If you have a question for Tamia and I, you can type it into your chat session and we'll answer them live on the video stream. Okay, so we have one question right now. The question is, what should I include in my personal statement? This is a really good question, and it's important for everyone who's considering applying to a graduate program to consider. So particularly for NYU SCPS, we do provide instructions on what to write in your personal statement right on the online application form. My first piece of advice to you would be follow the instructions, pay attention to what they're asking you to do. So to start, the personal statement is a minimum of 500 words. In the personal statement, what we're looking for you to discuss is why the program that you're applying to is the right fit for you. So we mean that in terms of what field you're going to be studying, and also in terms of why NYU SCPS is the right place for you to study that particular subject. Okay, and we have another question. Can you please talk more about the living options, for example, dorms, campus apartments, etc.? Okay, so that's another great question. Not all of our students are from the immediate New York City area, and some people would be looking for alternate options for living arrangements. Depending on what you're looking for, NYU does have resources that can help you find housing. There's two ways that you can go about this. If you're interested in living on campus, NYU does have dorm buildings specifically for graduate students. You would need to contact the Office of Residential Services in order to go through their application process to see what type of housing is available. Additionally, on their website, you can find a list of rates for all of the different housing options that they do offer. Some of their housing options are going to be traditional dorm style, maybe shared bathrooms or a shared kitchen, and they do have other options that are more like traditional apartment living. In addition, if you don't want to live in the NYU dorms, the Office of Residential Services does have a branch of their office that specializes in helping students find housing off campus, so still within the New York City area, but not necessarily in a place that's affiliated with New York University. Great question. Okay, another question that we have. How long will it take for my application to be processed, and when will I receive a decision? This is another good question. So something that's important to consider with NYU SCPS is that we have rolling admissions. So while we do have admissions deadlines, we are constantly reviewing applications year-round. Our general policy is that from the time that your application is considered complete, it can take 4 to 5 weeks to render an admissions decision. Now, when we say complete, we mean that all of the required documents have been submitted. So you can expect about a month after completing your application, then an admissions decision would be granted. Those decisions are sent to you via email. So when an admissions decision is ready, you'll receive an email from our office notifying you that a decision has been made, and you'll be prompted to log into your application account to view that decision and fill out the candidate reply form indicating to us whether or not you would like to enroll. Okay, one more question. How long does it take to complete a master's degree? So this is another good question. Generally, our programs are designed to be completed in 2 years. That's 2 years of full-time study. And when we say full-time study, we mean that students are taking 12 credits or more. 12 credits at NYU SCPS is 4 classes. So if you're studying full-time, you can expect to take 4 classes a semester and spend about 2 years finishing your master's program. If you're studying part-time and are taking less than 4 classes a semester, then obviously it would take you longer than 2 years to complete the program. Typically, students who study part-time take between 3 and 4 years to complete their master's program. Okay, so we have one more question in regards to letters of recommendation. So what qualifies as a satisfactory letter of recommendation, or who can write my letter of recommendation? When you're submitting letters of recommendation, they need to come from either academic or professional sources. That means that you can use 2 professors, you can use 2 supervisors, you can use 1 professor and 1 supervisor. You just need to be sure that whoever's writing your letter of recommendation is not a family friend or somebody that might have clouded judgment when writing a letter of recommendation for you. You should also make sure that you have a good relationship with someone who's writing the letter so that they submit it in a timely manner. Okay, we have another question that's relating to application fee waivers. If you think that you might be eligible for an application fee waiver, or you're interested in finding out if you're eligible, please email our office. You can see the email right on the screen in front of you, scps.gradadmissions@nyu.edu. In that email, you'll need to include a little bit of information about why you're requesting an application fee waiver. We will get back to each person who requests a fee waiver individually and make decisions on a case-by-case basis. Okay, we have another question. This one is from a student who's located in Texas and won't be able to visit when we are hosting our graduate information sessions. So some alternatives to graduate information sessions, one of them is what you're doing right now, attending our virtual information session. Another option is calling the office, emailing the office. It really depends on what kind of information you're looking for. For example, if you're looking for information that's more program specific, we could put you in touch directly with the department that you're interested in studying with. In addition, we might be able to connect you with alumni in your area or something along those lines. So if you're out of town and not able to join us for one of our information sessions, I would recommend that you contact our office and we'll do our best to provide the information that you're looking for virtually. And we have another question from a prospective student who's interested in PhD programs. Unfortunately, we don't offer PhD programs through NYU SCPS. However, you might be able to find the program that you're interested in one of the 15 other schools of NYU. What I can recommend that you do is hop over to our live chat that's separate from this webinar, and you can ask one of the admissions representatives there to send you some information that will link you to those programs in the other schools of NYU. Does anyone maybe have any questions about the admissions process or different components of the application? Alternatively, does anyone have any questions that might be related to any of the financial aid information that was discussed earlier? Okay, so this final question, why do we call NYU SCPS a school of continuing education? So that's a really good question, a little bit of NYU SCPS history. Originally, this was a school of continuing education, and we do still have a division of NYU SCPS that is dedicated to providing non-credit classes for people in the community, also NYU employees, whoever is really interested in taking some courses, maybe to brush up on professional skills, learn a new subject, whatever their interests may be. So we refer to ourselves more as the School of Continuing and Professional Studies now, because I think our mission and vision has changed a little bit from being strictly about continuing education, more to something that's concerned with educating people to be leaders in their fields throughout the rest of their lives. Okay, I think we're probably going to stay open for just a few more minutes to take questions. So if anyone has any final questions, please send them our way. Tamia and I are both here to answer them. Oh, one final question. I knew someone would have one. Okay, so this person's question is, they would like to apply to NYU SCPS for the fall of 2015, and they're asking if the deadline would be August 1st, 2015. This is kind of a two-part answer. If you are a domestic student, which means that you're either a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident of the United States, you are correct that the deadline would be August 1st, 2015. If you are an international student, which means you are not a citizen of the United States and you are not a permanent resident of the United States, the deadline would be May 15th, 2015. Okay, I think we're going to wrap up for today. We would like to thank each of you for joining us today to learn more about NYU SCPS and for providing so many thoughtful questions for us to answer. Although we do have to close our video stream, we encourage you to stay in the NYU SCPS booth and explore the other features that we've prepared, such as the live chat. If you would like to contact the Office of Admissions or learn more about our academic offerings, please click on the Academic Programs tab on your screen, send us an email, or come and visit during regular business hours and meet with an admissions counselor, no appointment necessary. You can find all of our contact information by clicking on Visit Us on your screen. Again, thank you all for joining us, and we hope to hear from you again in the future. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.